Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, come back with me Deviana Azzahroh. On this occasion, I will discuss about Firewall Filter Chain Forward. Forward server to process data packets that pass through the router. This time we will use chain forward, which aims to drop packets from the client to the internet. This topology. Notes: before configure chain forward, here I have configured internet access first. So here are the steps. Open Winbox and log in with the identity are Deviana. We connect. The first step we do is to check the interface that will be used with the command interface print. Here we can see I'm using Ether2 for 2 client and WLAN1 for internet access. Next, make a DHCP client request using the interface that leads to the internet, namely WLAN1. Enter the command IP DHCP client at interface WLAN1 and disable no. Enter and check with the command IP DHCP client print. We can see that status is searching. Okay, we type again IP DHCP client print. We can see here I get address is 192.168.1.4/24 with bound is status. After that, we do a test by pinching Opera Search and pinching Google. Enter the command ping egg.egg.egg.egg. And then ping google.com. Here we can see that the result is a reply, which means we are connected to the internet. Here we configure the IP address for the Ether2 interface using the command IP address at address xt.xt.xt.1/24 interface Ether2. Enter. And don't forget to check with the command IP address print. We can see that we have successfully added the IP address with the Ether2 interface. Next, we configure the net firewall so that it can connect to the internet network. Using the command IP firewall NAT add chain I meant to RSC NAT. Next, out interface. The out interface, we use the interface that is connected to the internet, namely WLAN1. And then action I make masquerade. Enter. If you have, check it using the command IP firewall NAT print. We can see that we have successfully configured the chain SR NAT with action masquerade and out interface is WLAN1. Here we set the client IP by using the IP which is still the same network with the IP used by the router. Open network and internet setting. We choose change updater option. Double click and click properties. Here I set the client IP, which is xt.xt.xt.2. Subnet mask is list 24, and don't forget to change default gateway is xt.xt.xt.1. The DNS connects user Google's open source DNS IP, which is egg.egg.egg.egg, and click OK. We check with the details. Here we can see IPv4 address, IPv4 subnet mask, IPv4 default gateway, and IPv4 DNS servers has been changed. Close. We make sure the client is connected to the router by pinching the IP gateway using SIMD with the command ping xt.xt.xt.1. And you can see the result is a reply, which means the client is connected to the router. And we also make sure that the client is connected to the internet network by pinging the Google domain IP with the command ping google.com. And it can be seen that the result is a reply, which means the client has got the internet. Here, we create a rule using chain forward and drop action to block ping packets from clients going to the ISP or the internet. Enter the command IP firewall filter chain forward. Chain forward because we will block ping packets from the client to the internet. Next, SRC address is the IP address or network used by the client. xt.xt.xt.2 with protocol ICMP. Because the protocols of ping is ICMP. Next, out interface. Out interface is the interface that leads to the internet. Is VLAN 1. Next, and then action is drop, which means we will block the packet. Third, and don't forget to check using the command IP firewall filter print. We can see that the filter rule has been successful and if you have pinging again from the client to the Google domain with the command ping google.com. And you can see the result will be request timeout because the packet has been dropped by the router client. That's all for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.